Right, hello guys and welcome to today's video. In today's video I am excited to be talking about more old Call of Duty on Game Pass news, because yes, over the last few days it is becoming more and more apparent that Call of Duty, the old Call of Duty games, do look more and more likely to be coming to the Game Pass very soon. And I want to discuss that today, talk about the reasons why I believe this is happening and is actually going to happen, and what is sort of leading to this. But today we are going to be playing some classic Modern Warfare 3, the OG MW3. Many of you have probably played this, experienced this. What a great game this was, and we're going to find out how alive it is today. So right now, 692 players online at, 6 p.m. on a what's today? Monday? 6 p.m. on a Monday. Nothing too crazy, but let's get into it. Let's see if we can find a game. Play some MW3, see how alive it is, see if it's all right, see if it's hacked, see if it's got issues, just see what it's like here in 2024 / leading on to 2025. But the big news is that some more old Call of Duty games on Game Pass news has become apparent. Now, why has this become apparent? Well, I'll let you guys know right now. So on the screen, I'm going to flash it up. Here is a post by Charlie Intel 4 days ago showing that Modern Warfare 2 2009 and Call of Duty MW3, the current Modern Warfare 3 that I'm playing from 2011, have shown up on the Microsoft Store for PC and PC Xbox apps. Still no news about an official Game Pass release, but nonetheless, more confirmation there. The old Call of Duty games have been appearing on the PC, like Microsoft Store and stuff. And, well, that looks like we've run into a hack lobby, so never mind. That's kind of what you experience with these things. Someone's clearly modded the lobby and ruined it. We'll probably try and find a new lobby. But like I said, we showcase how these games exactly are. And we'll talk about that more in a second, about these old Call of Duty games and kind of the issues around them at the moment anyway. And, you know, them being on the Game Pass. But yes, MW2 and MW3 have appeared on the Microsoft Store for PC and the PC Xbox app. Which, if you guys didn't know or didn't see the previous video, the reason this is big news is these games have never appeared in the Microsoft Store. This has only happened because Microsoft now owns, obviously, Activision. It owns the right to Call of Duty, and these games are starting to appear on there. But not only that, there were some more interesting games that have appeared on the PC, Xbox app, and Microsoft Store. So here is another tweet on your screen right now from Charlie Intel showing that Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Call of Duty World War 2 are also now available on the PC, Xbox app / Microsoft Store to be purchased. Very interesting. Well, I say purchased. I think those ones can't be purchased, but MW2 and MW3 do have a listing. I don't know if the other ones do actually have a listing that allows you to pay for them. MW2 is showing up as $20 on the PC store, and MW3 is showing up at a crazy $40. So if I were you guys, do not buy that for $40. I mean, that's absolutely insane for $40. But nonetheless, at least we're in a working game now as well. More and more Call of Duty games are starting to appear on the Microsoft Store, and this leads me to believe that we are very close. At some point, it looks like we're going to be getting old COD games on the Game Pass. And not only are we talking about the classics, the ones from the 360 era, like I said, there was Call of Duty Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, even the games that released on Xbox One, etc., or even started, like, you know, on the era that we are currently on now, those games have also been appearing, leading me to believe that these games are also going to appear on the Game Pass at some point. It's not very clear. There's no official news to say that these are going to appear on the Game Pass, but you can guess, right, that this is going to happen. And the reason you can kind of guess this sort of thing is going to happen is quite simply because why else would they do this? What would be the point in putting these games on the Microsoft Store if they weren't going to add them to the Game Pass? It makes zero logic, zero sense, you know, and I guess, you know, they're getting the games ready. The games are appearing there for a reason. They aren't just put on there for absolutely no reason at all. They are there for a reason. And I'm excited, you know, like the amount of games that are starting to show up on the Microsoft Store and PC Store, you know, and this obviously people were like, well, why does that make sense? Why would that mean that they are going to be on the Game Pass for, you know, console and stuff? We know these games obviously are already available on Xbox, right? You can play them through reverse compatibility, etc. You know, it's important that we've seen them on PC for the first time, because this means that they'll probably be showing up for the PC Pass, which, of course, is another variant of the Game Pass. It is essentially the same thing, but just for PC, whereas, obviously, console has the Game Pass. So right now, we are seeing so much movement going on, so many different, things changing and going on in the background. But Microsoft haven't said anything officially yet, which is one thing, but I imagine they are trying to keep this under wraps as best as possible. But as players, we notice the smallest things, and these are some of the things that we are starting to notice. And again, I believe it's coming very soon. How soon? I'm thinking that January, February, March time is about that time period. Just because it doesn't make sense to release it over Christmas. You know, people are going to be paying for Black Ops 6, the Warzone will be coming out with a new season, etc. They'll be trying to get people to play Black Ops 6 as much as they possibly can. Whether or not that's the case, you know, that it's even popular by that time, who knows? Obviously, I made a video about that. People are saying that Black Ops 6 is dying and not dying, etc. But this is exciting, right? I want to see old Call of Duty games populate as much as everyone else. I think you guys want to see it. I want to see it. We all want to see those old Call of Duty games alive and popping, right? Right now, we've seen it a few times, even in today's video. They've got hackers, they've got issues. So even though we are seeing MW2, MW3, Ghost, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, World War 2, all appearing on the PC store, these games need a little bit of fix, need a little bit of love before they can actually appear on the Game Pass and PC Pass for many different reasons. Like I said, the cheating issues, that's got to stop. And that's mainly to do with the older games, right? Like games like Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, games like that don't really have this issue and should be okay. I know Black Ops 3 has a matchmaking issue, which I'm hoping that Microsoft, Activision are aware of. That is a game that definitely needs fixing with its matchmaking. Probably do a video on that soon. But if you guys have ever played Black Ops 3 nowadays, it's so hard to matchmake a game because it freezes, it breaks. There's so many issues with matchmaking that game. So that'd be a game that needs fixing if they are planning on putting that on the Game Pass and PC Pass, which these, you know, them putting them on the PC store now is suggesting. But these games are getting worked on clearly in the background. They are getting ready and ready to be put on the PC Game Pass, PC Pass and the Game Pass. Now, like I said, cheating issues need to be dealt with. And more so, we're talking about your Black Ops 1s, your Black Ops 2, all the old 360 games. And that's where it gets a little bit iffy, right? I don't think there's too much of an issue when it comes to the other games like Black Ops 3 and that. And Black Ops 3, by the way, appearing on the PC Games Pass will be very exciting because I know there's a massive zombies modding community because of that game having a built-in mod or something where you could build maps and stuff. That game's going to be huge for PC. Black Ops 3 appearing on the PC Pass, whenever that is, whenever they decide to do this, is going to be absolutely massive. And, you know, that could take away people from playing the current Call of Duty games just because of the, you know, the ability to be able to mod zombies and stuff actually in the game and allow people to play those modded maps. So that is very interesting. That is an interesting one to see. But there's movement going on. That's the best thing to say. But there needs to be fixes. The older Call of Duty games need fixing, right? They need like more people playing so they can actually matchmake better and stuff, you know, not as run into as many cheaters. Realistically, cheaters need to be dealt with in general, which is another thing. Currently, we haven't seen too much to suggest that they are actually actively dealing with cheaters or stopping cheaters. I've went back a few times now and played, and what have I done? I've ran into cheaters, people who've modded lobbies for either to hack, cheat, be invincible, end lobbies because they feel like it, boot you from the game, etc. There's so many issues with the older Call of Duty games that do need to be fixed. Otherwise, it's going to be a PR disaster in the making. As much as I'm excited, and you guys are probably excited as well seeing this, and, you know, we all know that it's coming, right? It's going to happen at some point. Even though there's no official news yet, even though there's nothing to officially say that it's coming, we know it's coming. Again, it makes no sense for Microsoft to be going out of their way to get these games on the PC Pass, etc., you know, to get them on the PC store, etc., if they weren't going to put them on the Pass, right? Because no one's going to go out of their way now, especially for MW3. Like, who's going to pay $40? I think it's $40 they've got it listed up to for the PC version of MW3. And as far as I'm aware, there's nothing like even a modded community or anything really for MW3. I don't remember MW3 being really one of those games that's massively popular on PC to warrant the $40 price tag, especially as, like, I believe you can get it cheaper through other means anyway. But it's the security and stuff that needs to be worked on. I know PC has a big issue with security, like even more than console, right? Console just has cheaters, hackers, etc. But PC, we've got bigger issues when it comes to PC. Those games are not like very secure, and with the capabilities of a PC, you know, and what people can do on PC to people's accounts and stuff, there needs to be some serious work on those PC games to be going on if we're going to be talking about those games coming to PC Pass as well. So like I said, it's exciting for the reason that, again, this does lead to us believing that Game Pass is going to get its old Call of Duty games very soon. But the PC Pass is also going to be a part of it. It's going to be getting older Call of Duty games as well very soon, which could help populate, help rejuvenate, and help revive those games too for the PC client. Who knows? Do you think Microsoft and Activision be working really out of their way to make crossplay a thing? Who knows? Are these old games capable of crossplay? Would people want to see that? What about PlayStation? You know, and the reason I say what about PlayStation, I know they don't have a PC Pass. I know they don't have a Game Pass, etc. But Microsoft has openly said about trying to, you know, incorporate PlayStation into its like PC Pass, Game Pass, this model, etc. trying to get people, you know, on board with playing Xbox titles and stuff. And obviously Call of Duty is now an Xbox title, right? It owns Call of Duty. It still allows PlayStation, of course, to play Black Ops 6, stuff like that. But what about these old Call of Duty games? Are we going to see any movement there? Are old Call of Duty games going to come back for PlayStation players? I do doubt it. I do think this is going to be sort of like Microsoft marketing tactic by making it that only, you know, you can either play Xbox or PC in order to be able to access these older Call of Duty games, just to have that little bit of something over PlayStation. I imagine that would be the case. And, oh, that COD timing there. I imagine that would be the case there. But ultimately, it's just exciting to see, right? These games are classics for a reason. These are great games. There are some of you out there who haven't played these games. I imagine are going to want to experience and wonder, why do people like MW3? Why do people like MW2, Black Ops 2, etc.? But I also want to talk about that. There are some games that haven't shown up, and some of you guys pointed that out recently when I made a video talking about how Call of Duty 1, 2, and 4 appeared. But Call of Duty 3 didn't appear. It did not appear in that list of games that were appearing on the Microsoft Store. The same can be said the fact that oh, I thought that was a blimmin', wow, that was terrible for me. I thought that was a blimmin' like thing on the wall. Yeah, Black Ops 2 has not appeared, which is very interesting to say, and that is one that definitely people are looking out for, are definitely looking to go back and play, looking to get fixed as well massively. If there's any game that's been more hacked than anything, it's definitely going to be Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 2 has not appeared in this list of games yet. Maybe I've just jumped the gun again.Maybe me making this video now, maybe already they're doing it right now and I just haven't noticed. But Black Ops 2, as far as me making this video right now, has not appeared. Nothing is there to say that Black Ops 2 is going to be appearing in these list of games currently, at current face value, right? But obviously, it's been happening over the last few days. There have been different older Call of Duty games appearing on the PC Microsoft Store. And, you know, maybe it's something they're working over time, right? How many games are going to appear? Are they going to release all these games at once? That's the even bigger question now. I initially thought when they showed COD 1, COD 3, and Call of Duty 4, that those were going to be the first batch. Like, we were going to see all three of them games first, and then slowly make our way through. But with the fact that these games have been appearing on the PC Microsoft Store one by one, or, well, even in a collective group of 4, like Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, etc., that means they're slowly working on it. You know, they are getting about it. Maybe it's a case of every game's got a certain thing to go by or bypass, or some sort of thing that needs to happen in order for them to appear. But they're going about their work silently. They think we're not noticing. Microsoft, I think, we're trying to do this very discreetly without telling anyone, and getting, you know, these games out there and getting us all excited. Maybe this is just really good PR. Maybe they knew as players that we were going to, you know, check the store and someone was going to come across it, sort of build up that hype. So what I'm doing right now as well, you know, making videos like this does build up the hype. And I don't want to be building up fake hype. That's all I want to be saying. Like, I'm hoping I'm not sitting here gassing something up that doesn't come, that Microsoft and Activision just have a massive blunder here and don't give us what we want. And could you imagine the uproar? Like, what would you guys do if Microsoft and Activision didn't give us these games on the Game Pass, didn't put these games on the PC Pass, and genuinely just put them on the PC for you to buy for $40, etc.? Would you be upset by that? Because I would be. I'd be extremely upset. I feel like there's no way for them to go back now on what they're doing, right? They know what we want as players. They know what we're asking for. And at the end of the day, I don't see the downside to it, right? I don't see the downside to them putting these games on the PC Pass, Game Pass. Yes, people will talk about, will that affect future game sales? Sure, it could do, but at the end of the day, players will decide what they want to play, if they want to play it or not. And if people don't like Black Ops 6 or MW4 or whatever COD is out of the time by the time they come to Game Pass, etc., you know, let the players pick what they want. If they want to go back and play the older Call of Duty games because they enjoyed the older Call of Duty games, let them people go back and play them. Fix them, make them work, allow people to buy the game, you know, and do the things they used to do. Like, why should we have no access to these games just because what? Because they're old? Like, there are a lot of games that people go and play. Look at Battlefield, for instance. How many people go back and play, like, classic Battlefields, like Battlefield 3, etc. in that? Because you have access to it. That same thing should be happening for Call of Duty. Like, people should be able to go back and play these games and experience them for what they are. Now, I'll talk about it more towards the end of this video, though, as we get towards the end of this gameplay. These games are hacked and stuff. We know that. We've discussed that. We've discussed the issues these games have. They need fixing. Like, PC, more than anything, does need more of a fix. But regardless, whether one needs more fixing than the other, both sets of fans need the game's fixing, right? Console fans, PC fans, whoever wants to play old Call of Duty and can have access to old Call of Duty when it eventually appears on the Game Pass, PC Pass, need it to be fixed. Both clients need to be fixed. Whether crossplay happens, that's another thing. But I want to talk about DLCs, right? We've spoke about it before, and I want to talk about it again. But there are DLCs for these old Call of Duty games. You know, back in the day, you used to be able to buy a map pack, buy a season pass or stuff like that. Or, you know, every sort of thing out there. Man, I keep running into people just not seeing people. It's like the darkest maps. Like, hopefully we get some graphic upgrades as well. Some of you guys were talking about that in the comments. Like, there have been older games, like not Call of Duty games, but older games in general that have seen improvements to their graphics and even FPS boost. Like, I know Microsoft can do that. They've done that with Xbox titles. They have done FPS boosts, graphics boosts, etc. Call of Duty, old Call of Duty, 120 FPS. Does that sound good to everyone? I know obviously people will be like, oh, what about field of views and stuff like that? I don't think them sort of things will be able to happen in these games. I think these games will have a bit of limitation to that. But these games get 120 FPS and maybe some HD upscaling, etc. I could see that happening, and it'd be great to see. You know, who would want to play these games with a bit of a graphics boost, bit of an improvement to their graphics, their FPS, etc. Hopefully some servers as well, right? If these games are going to get a massive boost in population, if they do appear on the PC Pass and Game Pass, they need better servers, right? And we're talking dedicated servers. I know some people as well in my last video put, oh, but we should just stick with peer-to-peer. The problem with peer-to-peer is many issues, right? You have to rely on that person's connection being good to host everyone. There's, of course, the ability to boot people offline, take your information, you name it. There's so many security issues with having peer-to-peer connections, even if you think they are better connections, which they aren't actually, right? I'll say that now. Peer-to-peer connections are not better. Maybe you've just joined a host. Like, maybe if you're the one hosting, of course, it's going to be a better connection. You're going to get the advantage, etc. That's one thing that would have to stop as well, is like people getting host advantage, etc. Especially nowadays, the difference in people's internet quality is a lot bigger now than what it was back in the day. But that sort of thing needs to go. But yeah, I think DLC is up there for discussion. Should DLC be free? Right? These old games are so old. Do you think Microsoft and Activision are going to go out of their way to try and make more bank on these games? Not just by having them on the PC Pass, Game Pass, you know, having people come back and play them and buy the PC Pass, Game Pass in order to experience these games. Because obviously, you have to pay like a monthly subscription regardless to access these games whenever they put these games on there, if they put them on there. But like I said, it's got to be coming soon. There's no way they have put these games on the Microsoft Store on PC for no reason at all. So yeah, and DLC, I think, personally, should be free because of how old these games are, and allow people to experience these games in its full. Like, all the DLCs that we didn't get to experience in the day, all the people who've never experienced these games should be able to experience these games for the first time. And us as older players who didn't get to buy the DLCs back then, because maybe we were like 6 years old, etc., can go back and play all these games correctly and how they should have been, with DLCs, with proper servers, with a populated playlist, with no cheaters, no hackers. Hopefully, Microsoft and Activision have thought about this, but it looks to be happening, guys. More news, more information seems to suggest that there is a movement going on to suggest that old Call of Duty games are coming to the Game Pass and PC Pass soon. How soon, we don't know. Nothing official. But you guys let me know down below. Do you think this suggests that old Call of Duty games are coming to the Game Pass and PC Pass very soon? I personally do. But you guys leave me your thoughts down below. And let me know down below, what do you think should happen with these old games? Like, what needs to happen? Do cheaters need to be dealt with? Lag, you know, servers, etc.? Just in general, let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.